Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Stine and today I'm here with my tea, which is a apple cinnamon flavored tea, and I do personally believe it goes absolutely perfectly with the fact that it's already October and it's autumn. So I believe this is a very nice autumn tea blend. So lots of things has happened in my life since the last yarn talk video, but I do have had time to crochet a bit. So let's see if we can catch up a bit on everything here. So most of you know from the last yarn talk video that I was going a couple of days to Germany. And during my stay in Germany, unfortunately, I did not see any yarn stores, but that was also not my purpose of the trip. But one of the days we did have time to visit a smaller city called Ettlingen. And in Ettlingen, they actually had a tea and coffee store. So of course I got myself some tea. And so this is like a house blend, which is, for those that do speak German, it's called Ettlinger Altstadtmixung, which is basically a blend for the old city of Ettlingen. And it's a black tea which is flavored with pineapple and lemon. And it's like one of those loose ones, so you have to basically, it's not with tea bags, but it's an old-fashioned loose tea that you need to make for your tea. And I'm actually looking very much forward to taste this one. I do believe it's a nice mixture. So that was a really nice store to visit, and I'm not really sure if I should have done any recording in the store. I'm not so sure if you guys are actually watching my videos to talk about the tea I drink, but I do know some people are always interesting to know, so therefore I happily share. But I did have time to crochet when I was on this trip, because obviously I did spend quite some hours in the car. And in the car I was doing some crocheting. I was not having that much time to crochet when I was actually there. One of the things was the plans we had made did not allow for a lot of crocheting time. But I certainly had lots of time to crochet in the car, at least until I didn't have, or until I got what I would call yarn fingers, which is basically when there is too much tension, you can see these lines of the yarn where it lows, and I guess I need to fix that. But that's kind of what sometimes makes me needing a break, is when I work with these thinner yarns, is that I get a yarn finger quite quick. I'm not sure if that's the right way of actually saying what it is, but I've been working on the poncho, the Happiness Poncho, all the way, because the Happiness Poncho was basically an easy task, an easy crochet assignment for driving that long distance in a car, because it's basically just crocheting in the round, and it's a lot of double crochets. So I'm going to show you the current progress here of the poncho, which would be like this, I guess. As you can see, it is really working up nicely. Going to just shortly take it over my head, if that gives a bit of an indication here. It does actually look quite nice. And when I'm looking at the skein, I would say I'm approximately halfway through the cake. And I also have the additional this additional cake that I'm going to add, which is just a solid color that fits exactly the color, which is the last one on the cake, to ensure it has a really nice, decent length. I really like how the colors here is turning out so far, and how it's like slowly blends from this lighter blue to a very darker navy blue. So it's gonna be, yeah, I'm really pleased with the gradient and with how the pattern is turning out. And while I've been doing this, because obviously I'm doing a tutorial for this particular poncho, I've started to grow ideas on making my own designs for ponchos for the future. which of course I'll be sharing with you guys when I get there. But it does take quite a bit of time to crochet these ponchos because it is a bigger project and it's quite some yards to go through. But yeah, I really like how it's currently turning out. When I'm just holding it like this, it's lightweight. It seems, actually it does seem warm for how thin it is when I was just carrying it. And it's soft. It's still so very nice and soft, this this yarn, which is the Hobby Twister yarn. And it's called Storm Chaser, this colorway. And it's like 45% acrylic and 55% cotton, which is a really nice blend. It does have natural fibers, and it's just nice and soft. It does really, it's really a lovely yarn to work with. It's a 4-stranded yarn that's not woven that tight. What you can see, I'm not sure if I can actually get it to zoom correctly here. Maybe trying to get, yeah. But right now you can see that it's partially color changing to a darker blue here. So what they do with this yarn is basically that it's a 4-stranded yarn that's somewhat loosely woven together, because you can see they're twined. And right now here there are 4 strands of in total. So 3 of the strands right now is a really, I would say dark blue. I wouldn't call it navy, it's dark blue. And then there is 1 strand of more like steel blue. So you have an idea of how it's woven based on how the strands go. And how it changes colors, basically every so often after so many meters, one of the strands changes a color. So it slowly gets all 4 strands changed gradually throughout the cake. And that gives this very lovely display of color change, which is very smooth and slow. I really enjoy this yarn. It's a pleasure to work with. And I do have more yarns laying around for future projects. So that's, yeah, I'm really looking forward to working with that. So before I left for Germany, I did reach to do a few more rows on my Dreams and Shines scarf, which I'm currently crocheting in the ice yarns. And that's gotten us to this level, which is basically, again, if we say this is the upside and we are crocheting this direction, because at the bottom we will eventually make some attachments to make more definition and different stitches to give it, I wouldn't say texture, but to give it an extra spiffy design. So that's how it's going right now. And I'm at a stage where I now need to add the second row here, like of cross stitches down here. And then I need to add a row of double crochets. And then in theory, you could choose to end the scarf with that length if you wanted to. But then it seems rather small to me. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to add this row of cross stitches on the double crochets, and then I'm going to add an additional repeat of it. So I would probably, let's see if I can actually show it somehow. So this is gonna be added here. So it's gonna be like this wide. And then I'm gonna take that and add an extra. So I'll increase it with, I don't know, 10 centimeters maybe. It's maybe a bit difficult to explain here on camera. And it's still like, it's this almost 2 meters long scarf. I'm also at a stage where I have finished my first skein. So this is what I have left. And I need to attach a new skein on it. And then basically I need to proceed and wrap this one up. When I'm done with my Dreams and Shine scarf, I'm not sure if or maybe not, I have it done before my next yarn top video. When I'm finished my Dreams and Shines scarf, I am going to make some fingerless gloves to go with the full set, because then I have the scarf, I have my barrette here, and I would have a matching pair of fingerless gloves to go with it for a full nice winter set. So that's basically the following project after this. And when that's done, I probably will be starting on, I also have, of course, my poncho going on. So yeah, I have lots of plans, and as mentioned, I want to start a pair of socks. I'm also eyeballing some yarn because I actually want these socks to be in light blue. And I'm trying to find the right blue. And that's actually proving a bit of a challenge. I think I might have some blue for what I want to do. So I do think I'm going to make a yarn order for that particular blue sock yarn. And of course, I'm probably going to order some extra yarn just because free shipping is nice, and eventually I will be using the other yarn in any case, I'm sure. I think that's about it for now. So yeah, and I will be starting working on my my various scarf tutorial, or not scarf, shawl, various shawl tutorial. You have seen my various shawl a few times. The various shawl is a very famous pattern. So there are probably many tutorials out there, but I do want to make it in the case that that I have a different way of explaining things than others do, which might make it easier for you or some of you to understand what's actually going on. So therefore, I still want to make it. It's just about finding the time for everything, because there's so many things going on. It's getting winter, which means basically my life gets more busy in the winter because of hobbies and just life stuff. COVID is kind of leaving its place, even though we see this still, how it happens around the globe, and we still see incidents, but it's changing, and COVID seems to slowly be more like a flu or a very bad cold. Not saying it shouldn't be taken serious, but that seems to be how it's slowly being developed towards being like, if you come back to work and you've been sick and you said, oh, I had the flu, it's slowly going to be, oh, I had the COVID, and or the corona, or whatever we should call it. But life in general all over the world is slowly picking up, and everything seems to slowly go more back towards normal than what it was 3 years ago, two to 3 years ago. Which basically means that some of my life aspects is also slowly picking up, which is outside of the house, where I don't always maybe have the time to bring my crocheting stuff. But we will see how much time I have, and I will do my best to work with everything and show you guys what I'm doing, and I will keep giving you guys my updates. There will be a few yarn haul videos, obviously, because I'm going to buy the sock yarn, and I also have an ice yarns order laying around waiting to basically waiting to come. And then mainly I'm probably not going to buy that much yarn for the rest of the year, because I do have a lot of yarn I need to use. But also I do hope there might come a few really good Black Friday yarn sales where I can get some good discounts. And yeah, else probably some of it will be reserved towards next year. I might do a few purchases here and there, but not as much as I did in the spring and the summer. But that's it for now, basically. If you're still watching this, I hope you had a great weekend. I do hope that you're going to have a great week ahead. It's a pleasure to share my adventures with you guys. And if you haven't yet, and if you want to see more of this, please subscribe and give the video a like give me a comment below if you have any suggestions or things you would like to see. And then I would like to wish you a very blessed day ahead, and happy crafting and happy crocheting or knitting or whatever your preferred craft may be. Have a great day. Bye.